levels of brain rot that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone.
Howdy, boys.
God, I can hear my own voice, and it's really annoying, just so everyone knows. I don't know how to make it stop. Don't know why I'm hearing it. But yeah, we're going to talk about the brand new Balance Dataslate today. It's really hard to say when I can hear myself.
You know, it used to be a form of torture. I think there's like a form of torture where they feedback your voice back to you with like a 50 millisecond delay or something like that.
Well, it's a speech jammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Jamming your own brain, yeah.
That's where I'm at, and it's really unfortunate. Don't know how to make it
Was
stop.
I wasn't here last week. Was I? What was last week's scuffed happening?
What did we do? We played Space Marine, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I have
which
a
is
feeling-
scuffed in and of itself.
I have a feeling me trying to set that up fucked up the audio, but I can't figure out why. So I'll have to dig into that later. But Balance Dataslate came out, and they kind of stealth dropped 4 new detachments, which was a little insane. So we'll get into those. Firstly, Balance Dataslate. So, as we get into the factions that had new detachments, we'll look at those.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there were no core rules changes. And also, just for context, this is my first time really looking at this. I've heard some things through the grapevine, but I haven't really dug into it at all. So, you're gonna get my live, raw reactions.
Hell yeah, dude. Unpasteurized reactions.
Exactly. Sisters. This is the old rule, right? They just put it back?
I think so.
No,
Yeah,
it's slightly modified from what I understand.
Okay.
But I
Slightly
don't know
modified.
how.
Okay. Any Sisters players?
I think you're our local Sisters expert.
Yeah, you're our sister
Me?
player.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't play Sisters.
The sector is lacking in sororities, unfortunately. But my understanding is that like their army rule is now on again, basically, and it should be kind of reducing what the big like problem was that the original Dataslate put in. However, that is me literally just parroting what I've heard from more skilled YouTubers than me, especially because I've only played against Sororitas, I want to say like 4 times in 10th edition ever. So I did not feel their wrath, nor did I feel their nerf. So I'm sorry or congratulations, whichever applies.
I wonder if maybe this used to be if any unit died, but now it's just Adeptus Sororitas, which is still better.
And I think that it's still being once per battle round, because I don't know that before it was once per battle round originally.
Wait, is it once per battle round? Where does it say that?
At the start of each battle round, you get 1, and then each time an Adeptus Sororitas from
that didn't change.
Yeah.
Right.
Chat, let us know what you think about Sisters.
It's not red. Didn't change.
I look forward to seeing them hopefully in this RTT and or further local tournaments that I participate in.
Yeah, I know I'm taking a new detachment to the RTT. Are you taking an old Demons detachment, not the new one?
Dude, I want to take Bellicor so bad, but I got to get into it when we get to Demons. I don't want to derail too hard, but
yeah.
It's elaborate.
So that's all the changes with Sisters. Custodes saw no rules changes, but they got a new detachment. So that's pretty good. How do you feel about this? What are your first reactions here?
All right. I've been playing with this one for a hot minute in the app and everything, and this is what Orc Champions should have been. This is what I wanted it to be when we were like speculating on before the book released. Like this is they basically pulled some stuff from my brain mind, made it real, and then put it out in the universe. This is great, man. This is awesome. I love it.
So this detachment rule, each time a Custodes unit makes an attack, if there are no other friendly units within 6 inches, add 1 to the hit roll and 1 to the wound roll. That's pretty cool. That's very much like, wasn't there something in 9th edition that was similar to this?
Kinda. I got a few of the rules wrong in Custodes, so anytime I remember something, he's like, was that me
I make
cheating
that up?
on my friends for 3 weeks, or was that a real thing? So immediately when I read this, I was like, oh, the Alaris grenade launchers became anti-everything. Because now they're wounding a Great Unclean One on 5s. And, you're already hitting with everything with the 2, so this basically turns off all stealth that your army's ever going to come across.
Yep.
This just forces so much. It makes any custodian's volume go to anti-everything, basically, which is bonkers. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus 1 to
I'm
the hit
excited.
roll, kind of, it is what it is. Plus 1 to the wound roll.
That's big.
That's, now you're cooking.
Oh yeah.
Some of these enhancements, let's see, infantry model only. That's a 2-up res. That's pretty good for just like a Terminator captain or something.
Yeah.
Terminator shield captain. That's what you guys call those, right?
Yeah. People call them ASCs, Alaris Shield Captains.
Okay.
But yeah, that one is pretty much stapled to an Alaris Shield Captain. It combines really, really spicy with their once per game turn everything on them to 1 damage. And spoilers, there's a stratagem that allows you to double dip on that once per game thing. So it takes something that can be ultra tanky to being ultra tanky twice to being ultra tanky twice and reviving itself. So, dude, that one dude is basically going to be a lore custodian in your fucking game.
Hell yeah.
So
That art rips.
Yeah,
it does.
this is sick.
Absolutely. I think that's new,
Presidious,
actually.
give a guy lone op and stealth. Again, you're throwing that on a Terminator captain. Now you have a really dangerous Terminator captain.
Well, the blade champion can advance and charge, so you're just like,
true.
You just 21-foot rule some dude. You're like, sup, just chilling, and then you're just in their fucking face, stabbing their face off. It's
We're probably not going to talk too much about points, but he got a points bump, didn't he?
He did. I think he's worth it as a lone op.
Yeah.
They basically didn't like how the Warden Blade Champion combo was working. I think people are still going to run it, but those people are living and dying by the sweat, man. You got to have fun sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see. Shield Captain only. Start of the fight phase. Add 2 to the attacks. Oh, for every 5 enemy models within 6 inches? Holy shit.
Tyranids, weep.
GSC, weep.
Dude,
Orks,
oh my
weep.
God. It just turns... It basically is just like, hey, what if we...
Turns you into a lawnmower.
Took a blender and then, like, inverted a second blender on top of that one and turned them both on. You know?
Huh.
It's sick, dude.
That's kind of rad.
Yeah, I think this one needs to go on the jet bike guy. You just send him over the deep because he can fly over.
Oh, fuck, because it's
right?
a shield captain.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So you loan Storm Eagle jet bike a captain like over enemies into the horde where like you're behind their front line and you're in front of their second line or some utility shit, and like, oh, that lictor's within 6 inches, cool, I'm dumping this into like this brood lord and these genies, like
Oh, wait, does this detachment make bikes good?
Yeah.
Oh, excluding vehicles? Are they mounted?
They're mounted, homie.
Mounted.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so walkers are still good with this too because they're not technically vehicles.
Yeah, they are.
Or no,
Ooh,
or walkers
they
vehicles.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. People are still going to bring them damn tanks though because they're
just too
too
good. The
threatening.
data sheet's just too good.
Yeah.
You got to respect it.
Admoni Mortis. Shield Captain only. Improves strength of melee weapons by 3. Okay. Improve AP and damage by 1. Okay.
Yeah.
It's less cool than the other ones, but it's got its place. If you got spare points, chuck it in there.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's
It
that
is
like every detachment has something kind of like that almost. Just like slightly better melee weapon.
All of these, like, from my obviously very competitive mind, they seem all pretty good.
They're certainly all usable, which is nice because a lot of times it feels like you throw shit in there that's just unusable. Matt, a question from the chat: does your severed personality work at GW? Is that how they're getting all of our info?
Well, I wouldn't know. Basically, I just go into the tunnel and then I wake up with like a black eye and bloody knuckles, and I assume I'm on the rules team fighting for my fucking life in there, but I have no idea. Yeah. Severance is good, by the way. If y'all ain't watching it, ooh, damn, they're
We got
taking
2 episodes left this season.
I'm
know.
speculating. Oh my god! All right, this isn't a Severance podcast, but maybe it should be.
It should be.
Anyway,
Do you know she lives in a house?
Oh my god, unbelievable. All right, strats. Let's see.
Is there anything stand out here, Matt, that you really want to shine a golden beacon on?
Yes, I already mentioned once the once per game thing. Solo Trajan can double dip into his do 12 attacks or go to a 2-up invulnerable, or both. And so Trajan for 2/5 of the game is just basically a lore custodian running around. Like he's as good as the books for 2 fight phases in the game, dude. It's the sickest shit I've ever
now,
seen.
Does this make Trajan good? Does it make worth taking him?
Yeah, straight up. I mean, I might eat those words in an episode of Slam Sector coming to you soon, but yeah, homie is real good.
Do Custodes have a ton of once per battle stuff?
Yeah, dude, it's everywhere. I want to say like almost the Alaris Terminator has the reduce everything coming into him to 1 damage once per battle. Trajan has the 12 attacks or a 2-up invuln per phase once per battle. There's a bike one. The bike captain, when he swoops over people, he can deal mortals once per battle. They're like all over the place. Unleash the Lions is a build around, and it's at the top right of that. And that one, basically, you turn your 5-pack of Alaris into 5 1-packs of Alaris. Each of those Alaris has the ability to go back uppy downy at the end of the turn. So at the start of your command phase, if they're on the battlefield running around, you do, you take full advantage of, well, actually, hold on, this combo doesn't work like that. It's a little bit of a non-bow with the rule now that I'm thinking about it. However, it gets around the custodians being unable to like do actions and secondaries and shit, because all of a sudden that you have 2 5-packs, for example, you want to span that. Oh shit, I need to suddenly be performing actions. Guess what? I'm going to go ahead and fragment these guys. Each one of them has a once per game uppy downy. They're all now in the pipe after my opponent's turn. And then I'm putting them wherever I need to put them and doing all the actions I need to do. And if one of them's caught alone, sweet, he's getting +1 or +1 to win, +1 to hit, right? So
I love that stratagem so much.
It's so thematic. I love it so much, and it's
I would love this. I would love this in Deathwatch just to let me combat squad something.
Yeah,
like not even. I don't even want to split it into ones. Like I just want a stratagem. Literally, give me a combat squad stratagem. I'll fucking pay the command point. Like, give it to me, please.
And because Deathwatch is in a uniquely unfortunate position with that, because like there's in the lore they're super flexible, but they're locked into 10-mans in the game.
Yeah, and like the whole way you ran them in 8th and 7th, honestly 7th, 8th, and 9th, you like ran them, you combat squatted them. So like seeing a stratagem like this, I know this was in 9th edition or something. Is this an old stratagem?
Yes.
Did this stratagem exist before?
Yeah, it worked the exact same way too. I think the timing's a little bit different, but yeah, basically you had like a massive pack of dudes, and it was Alaris Terminator specifically, and they just like they come down, and you just hear that scatter command, and they're just fucking who let the dogs out, baby. It's great.
I love it. That's so much fun. Like it's such a good thematic ability for Custodes.
Yeah, Casey Boo Knight knows what I'm talking about. Is that how I pronounce that? Boo Knight? I'm gonna call it Boo Knight. Yeah, dude. Custode like the vibes from 9th, I'm starting to feel them trickle it back in, man. Between Shield Host, how goofy fun that was with the dreads, and Unleash the Lion specifically being reprinted. Ooh, man. Yeah, I love
it. It's Boknicket.
Oh yeah.
Okay, if you say so. But yeah, this seems kind of like normal.
Oh, you can precision the
kinda
shit out of something.
normal.
If you got a snipe like Azrael, you can just give the whole.
Yeah, give your squad
You can give
precision.
them all precision.
That's pretty
So
good.
It's fun, man.
4 fight on death. Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's pretty cool. Don't
Absolutely.
hate that. That seems like probably the best way to play Custodes now, right?
At least for me, it probably is. I've got a feeling that there's some competitive juice left to squeeze out of Shield Host
Yeah.
and Solar Host or whatever the Dreadnought one is.
Oh yeah, that one
The
was also good.
Telemon got hit in points. I think people are going to shy away from him for a little bit. I still think that people are gonna maybe even go up to 2 Telemons. I think we're eventually gonna see that, and it's gonna look like a weird ass Golden Knights list. But anyway, to be seen. I'm not gonna run that shit
Yeah.
because I'm still struggling with the price tag of a 1 Telemon, and I haven't even ordered it yet. So
3D printer go burr.
yeah, but man, it ain't the same. And
so
I say
Alpha
that as someone who's
Omega,
into
to answer your question, it splits them into separate units specifically. So they are all their own unit at that point.
With starting strength 1,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So cool. There's Custodes. Admech got no love. Don't know what that's about, but
Do you think they needed
whatever. Yeah. Frankly, I think the love Admech needs is a full codex rewrite, but that's not gonna happen. But Call went down in points, so he's like more worth it now.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was like kind of the biggest change they got. So Admech is gonna probably stay in roughly the same spot that they are currently in. So is what it is.
Was Call an auto include?
No,
by most
Call was
players?
bad. You didn't take Call.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you think now he's considering or auto include?
He's not auto include, but he's like, he's a little bit more worth it now.
Interesting. Okay.
Cool. Eldar, Hand of Asurman ability or Asurion. This used to be anti-infantry 4-up, I think, and now it's 5-up.
Oh my god.
So now my understanding is you're just not taking a sermon anymore.
He used to be nasty, but that was the thing,
Yeah.
right? Like everyone and everyone was scared of him.
So in the codex, I don't know about an index, but like at least in the codex, people were kind of like, take him if you want to. And this doesn't change that much, but he's like much. You don't consider him nearly as much anymore. It was 3-up, not even 4-up. Okay, yeah.
Is 5-up even worth it? Like, in what cases? I guess it just
no.
triggers dev quicker.
It's just for the dev.
Yeah,
it's literally just for the dev because
so not worth it.
He's got basically a Melta. I don't remember what his exact data sheet is. I can pull it up actually because I have app.
Sermon. Bought that book.
Strength 5. So I can't think of any infantry that you're wounding on 6s anyway. So it's literally just for triggering devs, basically.
Okay.
Unless they have like the -1 to wound or something anyway, but I think 5-up is fine if he hops out of a Falcon for the rerolls. Yeah, I don't think the anti-infantry 5-up is bad by any means, but he's definitely considered now even less than he was before. So
it's bad compared to 3-up.
Yes,
but it sounds like 3-up was an auto take, and now this is like a cute trick.
Right? Even at 3-up, he wasn't an auto take.
Oh, really? Okay.
But he was good. He was firmly in good tier. Now he's kind of in leave him at home tier. But let's see. Astra Militarum.
Dude.
I was just saying changes to Bridgehead Strike with Hot Shaw's Laz stuff, right?
Yeah, Bridgehead getting nerfed doesn't shock me. Let's see. Okay, so this used to add 1 to the wound roll, now it's hit roll.
Yeah, which is big.
Yeah. Wait, why? That doesn't even do anything anymore.
+1 to wound is really strong.
Yeah,
And
but change
+1 to
it to
hit.
like re-roll once to wound or something, right? Like
Yeah, that is a good way to pull it back. But
+1 to hit
so
doesn't do anything for them because they have orders.
wait, are they looking for 3s normally or 4s
Yeah,
normally?
they're 3s,
Yeah, 3s to 2s is nice. It's
right?
not.
Aren't
Oh,
don't scions hit on 3's base? Let's see, Tempestus Scions. Yeah, they hit on 3's base.
okay.
So
And you're ordering them. Well, it frees up the order, I guess, right? You can give them a different order rather than take aim.
I guess. I don't know, because you're dropping him out of deep strike. Like, that's the only order you're gonna want to give him anyway. I don't know.
Mm.
That seems bad.
Yeah, everyone's real mad about it.
Yeah, that's just silly. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, firing hot, dude. 2 command points, and they got to be within 12. That is, they really don't want you getting too dirty with that one now.
Sure.
Eh,
But like hotshot
This is,
lads,
like,
aren't they supposed to be close
not-
range?
it's like a nothing change. Like nobody. I don't think anybody was like using this strat very much anyway.
So I think it wombo comboed with the on certain targets. It wombo comboed with the
Plus
fire
one to
zone
wound.
purge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so basically, if you aimed it right, which you're dropping stuff.
They put
to
you
aim it
wounding
right.
Marines on 3s.
Yeah, or basically, if you set it up right, you get +2 to wound essentially. And I think if you spammed it against certain targets, then yeah, it was
Yeah,
just deleting
it just
stuff.
feels weird to like change this stratagem and not anything else besides like this, which is also a very bizarre change. If I had to guess, I haven't looked at points, but I assume all of this went up, all the Tempestus stuff in points. So,
Yeah, people were saying they got triple tapped on points, data sheets, and balance slate. So that makes sense.
I will say before we get there, I've heard some screeching from the warp about the Legion of Excess, so I'm curious
they
to see what that looks
shit.
like.
They deserve that.
I've heard Games Workshop took Slanesh Demons out behind the shed and shot him in the brain.
Right.
All right. Combat Engineers. This changed from 12 inches, I think, and not visible. D3. What was this before? I don't
That's a
remember.
good question. Huh.
Now it's D3 and 2D3.
Remote mine
okay.
was D3 plus 3.
Oh.
Oh, was it just always D3 plus 3?
That enemy suffers D3 mortal wounds or 2D3 if it's a vehicle. No, it used to be D6 mortal wounds or D3 plus 3 if it's a vehicle.
Got it.
Damn. All right.
Yeah. Okay, that needed to change.
If you brought 3 of those, you would just be like, "Hey, Land Raider, goodbye, Land Raider."
Yeah. So this was D6 and then D3 plus 3. Okay, yeah, that needed to change.
Yeah,
Crazy.
That's pretty bonkers, actually. Yeah.
Blood Angels, none.
Yeah.
We can talk about Blood Angels.
Points?
Rip Bloodless Angels.
Dude, all right, listen. In 9th, it felt all right. I'm gonna go to bat for Bloodless Angels, okay? Because
No.
it emphasized. This I will like. All right, so I caught a lot of lore shit in 9th edition for bringing as many Sanguinary Guard as I did, and now you're telling me, or the game is telling me, hey, you need to bring your special stuff. Even though my special stuff in the lore is supposed to be very rare, like you're not supposed to see Death Company like all the time, every time. It's supposed to be like this tragic thing that happens, and we have a very specific system. When it happens, we do this. It's not like literally every single skirmish. You've got people that are sacrificing themselves, and so it reinforces take your special units, take your special characters. Which, as someone who plays a decent amount of narrative, that is unfortunate to hear because I want to, to some extent emphasize like, hey, these are just some random blood angels, man. These are just the boys rolling around with the boys out there. So I get why they did it. It is the people say that Bloodless Angels doesn't make lore sense. I disagree with that. I think it makes game sense to pull that back a little bit, but lore sense, I thought it fit just fine, in my opinion.
Let me be clear. I'm not taking a shot at Bloodless Angels. I'm taking a shot at anyone running the supplement chapters trying to use the oath rule. Like, that's clearly not what was intended, I don't think. And like, I don't know if you're gonna play Space Marines, like, so there's a bigger issue here, right? Like, I think there needs to be more restrictions on the supplement Marines than there are.
I'm shocked that Gilliman still has it.
Like
it's
purely
kind of
from
blows my
a
mind.
balance perspective?
No, just from like the idea that
From a lore perspective, I fully agree with Matt. From a balance perspective,
no, yes.
From a balance perspective, it needed to happen.
Yeah.
Well, but
I
I mean, like, from not even necessarily like a balance perspective, but like almost a like, why am I not just building a Blood Angels or a Dark Angels or a Templars army? And if I want to run it regular Space Marines, I can. Like, granted, I know that's what we're all doing, but like, there should be some sort of choice between I'm making a Blood Angels army and I'm making a Space Marine army. And this is, I'm not talking about people that are playing at the amount we are or people that are playing, at the competitive level. I'm talking like for the average player, when that becomes a non-choice, it's sort of feel bad, right?
But we're all
sort of
very
like how
here.
well we play.
I came
we
second place in an RTT in 9th edition.
We engage with the game a lot, whether or not we're competitive.
Right.
We engage with the game a lot, right?
Yeah.
We're hands-on more than I would say probably
Yeah.
the medium
Probably the average
player.
person. Yeah.
So like for me, it's just a matter of like it gets to a point where there's no right now. I think there's no reason not to play a supplement Marine chapter. Like if you're gonna play Ultramarines and you want to play Ultramarines, great. Still buy other Marine shit so you can occasionally run Blood Angels or whatever else. Like,
Well, Gilliman keeping this rule, I think actually forces compliant chapters into like sticking with Gilliman or
You're playing Ultramarines. Sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of doing the
Yeah.
same thing, right?
I mean, unfortunately, like Ultramarines characters are just the best generic
They're
like
so
Codex Space
fucking
Marine
good.
characters.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I like
crazy.
what they did in the last update where they made certain like some of the captains like target specific units and like benefit specific units. I don't know how effective that ended up being in the long run, but like I like that move towards making things feel a little more special, and I hope that they do more of that in the future to make fists or salamanders matter more. But I don't know that they will.
I think what I would like to see modified for +1 for Super Oath is what I call it, is you only get that if you are a Codex compliant detachment and you don't have any epic heroes in your list. I think that's an elegant way to do it. It makes you it enforces the bring the generic stuff and bring the Codex compliant stuff, and these are your guys. So,
but I think that
that.
you still need, because I think that you still need to be able to, like, us Ultramarines aside, right? You need to boost the other compliant chapters, right? Like Salamanders and
White
Imperial
Scars,
Fist
Salamanders,
and
Fists,
Raven Guard.
yeah.
Like they all need the boosted oath, and they don't have Gilliman.
It's literally just the Ultramarines that are like, I think far and away with the current state of Space Marines, Ultramarines are like the best, most competitive way to play.
Yeah. Especially with what happened to Blood Angels and Black Templars.
Yeah.
Specifically because of this. Yeah. It's Ultras all day.
Like as much as I love Dark Angels, I don't know if they're very good right now. They're not the monster they once were. Blood Angels, I think, still definitely good. But Ultramarines are another beast. Yeah. I think they're just the best way to play. Black Templars.
That also covers Temp. Well, okay.
Well, yeah.
There is one change.
Okay.
Blade Guard veterans.
What about them?
Oh, yeah.
So is this all in the generic Space Marine stuff?
Blade Guard veterans got cheaper, and Blood Angels and Black Templars are both like Oh yeah,
Did they? Oh.
Yeah, dude. Put that shit with the Judiciary and put them in a wagon, and they're eating good, dude.
Well, spoilers. My list for the hero mode on Monday
Ooh.
had a Judiciary and some blade guards, so gonna have to revisit that, I guess.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
some points.
I think it's was it 10 points for 3 and 20 for 5 or something like it's like it's like a lot. They went down a lot.
So legitimately, I want to take at some point, and god damn it, I'm gonna have to get on eBay again. I want to do 18 Blade Guard veterans in red, gold, and in what's it called? Death Company, just running around doing hood rat shit with the boys, man.
Can I if they're Blade Guard vets, can I make a call? I think a set of ivory and gold with red accent Blade Guard vets would be hot.
I think if you just like
you're
make
right.
their
That's
armor
pretty good, actually. But then again,
entirely ivory, and then like some green cloaks, and then
okay.
like a winged sword on the shoulder, maybe.
Oh yeah. What all white armor, but like a red lightning bolt, and they like bikes a lot, and birds. They like bikes and birds.
Those are some weird looking blood angels.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Cool. Chaos Knights. Okay.
Yeah, so
Why?
what did anything happen? Oh wait, didn't some get cheaper? I think someone talked about something getting cheaper, right?
So my understanding is the big knights got cheaper. Which means nothing.
Did they get cheap enough, or are they still too fucking expensive? Okay. Here's a question: how low do they have to go for you to be like,
I don't know. That's a great question. It probably like varies from night to night. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna have to drop down an abominant to like 200 points before anybody wants to take it.
Poor bastard. Yeah.
Chaos Knights, I think, have been the most neglected faction for the entirety of 10th edition.
They got
I love that army,
build,
but it's sad. You've had one build for the entire edition.
Yeah.
It is max carnivores, max brigands, the stalker with the enhancement, and then fill it out with dogs of your choice.
Yeah. Some Nurglings too, I guess, back when they had OC.
Yeah.
Or could do actions rather.
Sad. I hope the detached or the codex makes them better, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean they did have points drops.
It was just the big knights though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
fine. Hold on, I'll look at the points.
I got it. Desecrator down 10.
Lame.
Despoiler down 15. And Tyrant down 30.
Oh, 30s?
To 480.
Much?
So 480.
Yeah, I was going to say it's still like a 500 point model.
Okay, yeah. I'm worried about how much design space they're actually going to be able to play with the codex. Like they're going to have to like go outside the box if they want that to be not a dead fish of a codex. You know what I mean?
I mean, so looking at the Grotmus detachments and looking at like the detachments they released with this, I kind of have hope. Like they're getting more creative and a little weirder with the detachments. So
yeah,
I kind of have hope that they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, not to shit on that hope, but my question is, how long has that book been in development versus these Grotmus and these other ones? Like they sort of seem like they're, we had this idea to improve something.
So you see,
but
that's the thing is Knights suddenly disappeared off the roadmap, and then and then Chaos Knights are now like the last thing on the new one. So there's a chance they're just rewriting the whole thing.
Yeah, no, you're that's actually a really good point. I'm sorry. I think that's
somewhere in China that's just loaded up with a bunch of
they weren't
scrap.
I mean, it doesn't seem like stuff shifted like to where they would have already had it printed. But yeah, I mean, it does seem like maybe you're right that they
took that one back to the drawing board a little bit.
They did a swerve at some point, or even just like even if it's just one or two detachments that got swapped or like fluffed up a little bit, you know.
Well, because the rumors were that the big knights were going down to T11 and the little knights were going down to T9.
As someone that has to shoot at nights, I don't hate that, but that seems bad.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But that was the rumor. I don't know how much of that is true, but we'll see.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Um,
Alpha Omega has an interesting point. Put them both into one book. Just have
mean,
like a big
I
old
don't think
book.
you can. Like, Chaos
I mean,
Knights are so separate from Imperial Knights at this point, like, from a datasheet perspective. I don't think you can really do that.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I like.
I mean, there's not a lot of datasheets, though, so maybe?
I sort of support that. Like, and this is what something we're going to talk about maybe later if we have time. I sort of support that because at a certain point we got to sort of start trimming the number of books. You know,
Yeah.
we got to start consolidating some stuff, and that's a good way to consolidate it. Whether or not they're thematic, like they're just enough thematically
Like
tied where you
Demons.
just release them
Rip.
together, like Demons.
What's dead may never die.
They basically
I
came
got
out and said, "This is your codex for this edition."
dude,
Bye.
6
Okay.
detachments and 3.5 of them look
Yeah.
really fun to me personally.
I'm not saying that's bad, but
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
all I'm saying is this is what happened to Beasts of Chaos before they were squatted.
Hey man, listen. It's gonna be. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, I guess, man.
Demons,
So we
as their own book, I think are dead. I think this is like the
I'm-
final nail in the coffin.
I
I'm
think they're gonna be a
okay with that.
pre-army into 11.
Oh, I
Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem,
Yeah, because so I have this thought,
but I also
And-
don't play demons.
right? But I have this thought. I do play Death Watch, and Death Watch is on, the verge
row.
of being squatted. They're on
I
they're on
think-
death
I think
row.
They got community revived, man. I think
Right.
they're on the uptick.
This
But-
edition,
This edition, right? So like here's my thought. Here's my thought. I think that at least for 11th, we're gonna keep some number of indexes. I don't think we're gonna keep all of them across the board, but I think that GW will go, we're not releasing codexes for these indexes are staying. Which again is oh my god. Which again is what happened. It's very windy over here. My window just went
Oh, okay. I thought
all
it was
wild.
your little gene stealer.
no. That's the outside.
Okay.
Like I think that's a good way because GW's at a point, and we're hoping that one day we go all digital, right?
Yep.
And if we go all digital, this is the route that you can do it, right? Like you can go like, hey, these books are going to be index. That's fine, right? Like you want to play Death Watch? Here's your Death Watch rules. It's 2 pages. Have fun. If you want to play Mono Demons, here's Bellicor and the Shadow Legion, whatever, and here's the other Mono Detachment. If you want to play Occult Legion, you're playing CSM, right?
That platform existed in 9th edition. They just called it Armies of Renown.
Right.
So I think
that's
if
what
they
I'm
keep
saying.
doing
Well,
that, then that's
yeah,
fine.
what
and-
these detachments are.
and that's
Like,
kinda what
that's
these new
the Shadow
detachments
Legion
are.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, if they keep doing this, I think it's fine that demons are no longer a codex.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's totally fine. As long as they're gonna keep them playable in some capacity outside of having to stick them with CSM.
They might Legends
absolutely.
pull detachments, man. I honestly think that we might start seeing like Legends.
Well, it's kind of what they're doing with Kill Team, right?
Yeah.
Like Kill Team is kind of like going that route where they're like, oh, some of this Kill Team stuff or some of this Warcry
Yeah, there's like
stuff
a
is gonna
standard
rotate
rotation
out.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a magic thing.
weird.
It's like, please consume more. Please keep buying. So
Please
you
buy
know,
more stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But also,
exactly.
I don't hate it as well from like just a balancing perspective. Like as stuff bloats, you either have to stop releasing stuff and the game dies, or you prune stuff away and go, this is old. We're not going to keep updating it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm looking
fine.
forward to Legacy Pauper 40K is what I'm looking forward to, man. That's gonna be a good time. Battle line Legends only units. That's what it's gonna be. That's a very niche crowd that's gonna appreciate that. I think it's just Sean.
Only Sean.
So let's talk
Um,
about Shadow
Shadow
Cabal.
Wizard Money Gang.
Shadow Cabal, Money Cabal.
Yeah.
So CSM, I think, just got points changes.
Yeah.
And now we can talk about demons. So first, I want to talk about the absolute fucking kneecapping that Legion of Excess got.
They earned it, man. They were
They,
jacking stuff up.
I'm not gonna go into each individual change, but like, basically they took an army that was really good, won some events in the UK, and made it nigh unplayable.
I don't know about that. I don't know if it's unplayable. I think Scintillating Legion is worse still. The Mono Zinch attachment is weirder and worse.
But
than,
at least
than
it's
this.
cool.
I think this is still kind of cool. Like this is what it should have been when it came out. Dude, like when you start being able to push off wounds to something that's out of line of sight, that's when you've got 8th edition Iron Hands problems. Because that's why everyone freaked out about 8th edition Iron Hands. It's like, oh, I just shot my entire army at that guy, and like some dudes behind a building within 6 inches died, and they have feel no pains, and there's a dude reviving him. It's like, okay, well, that's kind of what was happening with Slaanesh Demons. Like, that just doesn't A, feel good, or B, look good. Like, that doesn't look like a real game of Warhammer is being played, because
Like,
a bunch of shots are going into something, and like models 9 inches away are being picked up. You know what I mean? It was weird.
like, okay, the detachment was too good. It needed to get nerfed. Not this much, I don't think. This is
also,
a lot.
They need these people to buy Emperor's Children, so
Correct.
they need to take a break.
Yes.
Need to take a break.
Accurate.
Please buy Fulgrim. We'll give you your toys back after they've gone into the punishment cage.
Like,
which
all of this stuff, I think, is fine. Like, this just needs to change game-wide. All of these abilities should, like, require visibility.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. Get that, totally. All of the chariots are now gone. They
didn't look like 40k shit.
They're all legends.
Like, there's a few. I will stand by like chariots and shit going away. Like I don't think any of the demon chariots
for mono demons, I think that's fine. It doesn't need to look like 40k.
Yeah, kind of, but like, man, that one really just didn't look like it. Like, the blood render guy on the Skull Throne, he doesn't look like a 40k model.
Look,
right?
All I'm gonna say is you unironically use Epidemius, so
no. And here's the thing: I am going to full bore salute Epidemius as I lower him down into the Legends pit. I like what a way to go, man. He lived a good, nasty life, and I respect it. But that dude does not look like a fucking 40k demon, man. He looks like a goofy AOS model. Same thing with Blue Scribes, man. Well, Blue Scribes I kind of have a soft spot for.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that's okay for mono demons, but maybe I'm in the minority.
What happened to Slaanesh kind of doesn't surprise me, but also that detachment was like breaking brains. And then when I finally peeked my head and I was like, why are people doing this? Do I need to go out and buy like 2 more Keeper of Secrets? No, there's no way that this will survive. So,
well, here's our new detachment. So it really wants you to take Be'lakor, by the way, in case you were curious. They all gain the Shadow Legion and Undivided keywords, and then here's all the things you can take. It's mostly like Demonkin stuff, and then like some of your basic CSM stuff. Mm-hmm. And all of them get these like weird abilities, right? For the demons.
The demon,
yeah. So depending on
what the demon is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
get,
and then
like,
anything that's Heretic Astartes is getting the Be'lakor buff.
Yeah,
and
Disciples of Be'lakor.
Mm-hmm. Be'lakor and anything that you pulled from not the demon book, not the demon index, gets the Dark Pack stuff. Yeah, except Cultists, I guess, all the damn stuff. Dude, I'll be real with you. This detachment is really good. I think taking anything but Cultists from CSM is a trap. I think you run all demons sprinkled everywhere with Be'lakor and some Cultists. I think that's going to be how this one goes. Because the demons with these abilities specifically do so much work that like you just want to maximize the amount of demons you
That's how you play it if you're boring. If you're not boring, you're taking 1,000 points of Chaos Space Marines, baby.
I support it.
Give me 30 fucking possessed, baby. Give me some warp talons in there. Like,
I get it, but there's also demons that do like all that shit too. They have a bunch of crazy overlap, and I don't know. Like me as a Demons player, I look at it and I'm like, okay, what can these options do for me that a demon can't already? However, I can see CSM looking at this and be like, what can Be'lakor and buddies bring for me that my CSM aren't already doing? So I think you're gonna have like two like vibes of this. But man, I'm leaning towards demons with a few cultists running around because these. All right, so I think someone figured it out that if you have a great unclean one with this list, you need strength 26 or 28 guns to wound it on a better than a 4. And the only thing that can do that is the Taunar. And I think some Titans. So it's like the cheapest thing that can do that is a Taunar, basically. Sean, are you breaking your Be'lakor? What'd you just do? I missed all that.
No, I dropped something else. It makes me maybe want to finally finish this that's been sitting on my
Yeah, you should.
my rack for 2 years. 2 years it's been sitting in this level of painted.
Bring it back, man.
Base is pretty much done.
Play some CSM.
Yeah,
Play
like
some
I
demons.
go, you know, because I bought this Be'lakor and I'm like, I like Be'lakor. I like the model.
Yeah.
This makes me like, this is sort of like a cool way to dip my toe into a bunch of things with one army, you know.
I'm looking at my Death Guard and I'm like, what could I slap together that like looks like CSME enough to run as this? Like the Terminators or Terminators, right? Stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And Death Guard are probably going to lose their cultists, so now I have a way to play cultists that are about to be pulled out of the fucking Death Guard unit list. I can do them here, right? Now, hopefully, I can bring my Predators that I'm about to lose too. And wait, no, you can't bring Predators, can you? Scroll up a little bit.
No, I doubt it. They're not like demon engines.
No,
damn it.
no.
Right.
You can only bring, I think, rhinos. You get rhinos.
They're not
anything.
Here.
Oh, here's why you don't get vehicles. They all get deep strike. If you scroll down and you look at what they all gain.
Well, tell that's Emperor's Children. Uppy downy rhinos.
You gotta buy Emperor's Children.
But yeah, all of the Heretic Astartes stuff gets deep strike, which is very cool.
Oh yeah.
And Be'lakor gets Stark backs and auto passes.
Yeah, that shit's good. Be'lakor with sus.
Hell yeah, brother.
Depending on what he wants,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's scary.
One speed wonder, I believe you are correct.
I
believe you are correct. The chariot is 2 chariot models.
The Exalted Chariot
together.
is 2 chariot models duct taped together. Yeah.
If you built it very carefully, you could cheat out one of the foot Slanesh heralds out of the kit too. I forget exactly how to do it, but like that kit was like a puzzle of, hey, do you know how to fuck with a Warhammer kit? Then congratulations, you're going to be able to get 3 units. If you don't know how to fuck with the Warhammer kit, you're going to be able to get 1 that you might be able to play. There's a Tzeentch kit that's the same way. The Flaming Chariot or the what's the other one? I don't know. The Trance
Blue something
Chariot. I don't know.
Trance Chariot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway.
All that to say, this detachment looks really cool. It makes Be'lakor very strong.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fun. But you're not taking this detachment, right?
No, this one has it wants you to play very differently. So look at the enhancements actually. There's some really fucking wild enhancements on this one.
Skipping them? Where are they? Nope, that's the
yeah. Oh wait, no, these are so it all got combined into one. There it is.
Oh wait, why are these after the stratagems? Oh,
because it's basically they just stapled them both together. So Leaping Shadows specifically, a 10-pack of demons being led by Bloodletters move 8 now. They don't move 6, so they got 2 inches of movement. So Scout 9, move 8. Corn units advance and charge. So say you get a 3 and then you sit on average, and then you get a 7 on average. These guys have a bigger turn 1 threat bubble than Dante, dude. Like that's fucking crazy. So depending on how you do it, dude, a Bloodthirster can just like and then you can pop the stratagem where when you kill no, I don't think you can do that. It has to be Fade to Darkness. Never mind. There's no way to combine Leaping Shadows and Fade to Darkness. I keep thinking Fade to Darkness is a stratagem because it really is worded like one.
I mean, look, that's cute and all, but I raise you DACA.
All right.
Spoilers.
Yeah, you gotta sell me on this because you're getting
spoilers.
Sussy 2 on like shooting, looking for 6s, basically.
Some of the data sheets changed too, didn't they?
Oh yeah. Beast of Nurgle got Scout 6.
Yeah. So these guys are moving 8.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Bellator
wasn't
went up 50
the
points.
Guo in the Guo change?
Yeah, Guo,
Guo
he
now
has
has
an
a
aura of
plus
toughness.
one-
Yeah. That he gives himself. So he's T13.
Yeah, +1 toughness. Yeah.
And he gives it to Rodigus as well, which, spoiler alert, that's my secret to my list that I'm taking. I'm taking Guo and Rodigus, one or both of them in Deep Strike, and you get their big ass pie plate bases close enough to where one's being a fat ass on one objective T13, and the other is within 6 and being a fat ass on another objective T13. And then I'm just punching your face with
T13 Guos is gonna be an issue, I think.
One of them has a 4-up feel no pain because that's still a fucking thing. So, dude, it's buck wild. It's sick nasty.
It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Big boy summer, man. I'm here for it.
Good amount of DAC I can't handle, but
I believe it.
Did Guos get more expensive because of that?
Endless Gift went up. I think Guos stayed the same. I know Rodigus might have gone up.
No, Guos went up. Guos went up. Guo went up 20.
Okay, that makes
Endless
sense.
Gift went up 15.
Guo, yeah, +20. Rodigus, +20.
Mm-hmm.
Gross. Still gross.
Oh yeah, that's the idea. Snurgle.
Oh.
Oh.
Dark Angels got no love. It is what it is. Hello? That's a loud ass car.
Oh my god.
Death
That guy really
Guard-
wants to be a speed freak.
Death Guard just got points changes, right? Like your vehicles got cheaper? Blight Haulers?
No, I think the Predators they're
Predators
about to take
went
away
up?
from us went up, and then my Fittic Blight Hauler went down in 5 points. We're just in the waiting room until our book comes out, basically. Like,
Just in a
I want to
Codex waiting
say,
room.
yeah, there's some pretty neat Death Guard lists, but they didn't.
Isn't
need
like vehicle
tweaking.
spam super popular right now?
It certainly can be. The stuff that I think is very interesting is using the cultists, which for some reason have a scout move, to get your contagion aura in range of something that you want to focus the shit out of with Mephitic Blight Haulers. So you scout and advance some cultists to get like within aura range of them, and then also you use some shenanigans to boost the aura range, and then essentially you're able to like mortar stuff really, really effectively.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope they change Mortarian's sheet. I really want Mortarian to be different than he is now. But
yeah, I kind of have a feeling that all of the armies that are having codexes coming up relatively soon just aren't getting that many changes. So I haven't looked, but I assume World Eaters probably didn't get any changes, maybe on the points, but yeah, I think anything that's like probably on that roadmap isn't getting changed. I assume that's why Chaos Knights also didn't get changed in Black Templars, because they were all on
World
that
Eaters. World Eaters do have some changes.
Rules?
Demon Princes are down, or no points. Demon Princes are down 15, and Juglord is 20 points down. He's down to 80.
Oh,
with the Juglord, 20-point drop. Those are both big drops. That's nice.
actually,
both Demon Princes, both
Demon
foot,
Princes
both
worth
foot.
it now?
Yeah, for sure. Especially with that new detachment, right? Don't they interact well with that with the Grotmus detachment?
Huh?
Uh-huh.
I think they want people to play that.
Is this why? Is this why you wanted me on here tonight? Yeah. So I mean, and like 20 points is big for anything to drop.
Yeah. 20
Like
points.
Juggernaut
Juglords, you're actually going to take Juglords now instead of just
80 points for Juggernaut Lord. Yeah.
Okay.
What's
Right, yeah,
Invo? What's he at?
140.
Okay. Yeah, 60-point difference. Fuck yeah.
Sick. GSC got no changes. That's a little weird to me. But I mean, I guess they're in a pretty balanced spot, to be honest. I assumed some resurgence points were gonna change, but they didn't, so that's fine.
Okay. Did you think? Is there anything that's like being ignored, and like the meme where like the kids in the pool drowning while the mom's playing with the other kid? do you think?
As far as GSC,
yeah,
not really.
Like internal balance. Okay.
Like the Magus, but like you're gonna have to rewrite the data sheet to fix that one because it just doesn't do anything.
The only points change for GSC is Neophyte Hybrids. The squad of 20 went up by 15, but the normal squad's unchanged.
Oh, those the flamer guys.
So
No, it's the little
no,
like guardsman guys.
Oh,
with the mining laser or whatever.
That's weird.
because those
Why
are the
did
guys
those...
that like when you shoot at them, they're able to go back and deep strike. Is that one?
Hmm?
There's one unit where like you shoot at them and they just like go away. They like, oh, JK, we're going into. Isn't it like Resurgence Day or something, or like Rise Up Day?
There's
I
a
think
stratagem
some-
in.
yeah.
There's a stratagem in whatever the index detachment was.
Yeah. Host of Ascension.
Yeah, Day of Ascension. All right.
Yeah.
Big day out.
Big day out.
But yeah, apparently there was a damage combo with these. I don't know what. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just weird to me to increase the 20 but not the 10, but I guess because buffing 20 is a lot more substantial. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Reviving 20 is.
I am glad that they're doing that though, where they're changing different size squads,
Yeah.
different point values.
So that is largely true across this
Yeah.
like change. A lot of stuff got we sort of skimmed Deathwatch, but Deathwatch Terminators went up.
Oh yeah.
Or no, Deathwatch Terminators went
Down. The 5 packs
the 5 pack went up, the 10 pack
10 pack went down. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Because of the Cyclone missile
Because-
launchers, right?
Yeah, because you could take 3 Cyclone missile launchers in the squad, period, end of sentence, doesn't matter if it's 5 or 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
okay.
there's almost never a reason to bring a 10 pack. Even at 190, which is what they're at now, they're still super worth it because they have access to every Terminator weapon. Period. Like
Yeah.
they get the fucking Dark Angels plasma thing. Like they get everything. So
Yeah.
Nice.
They still
yeah,
have
you
plasma
could take,
cannons.
yeah, I could take 3 plasma cannons in a squad of Deathwatch Terminators.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
That
ain't bad.
Grey Knights.
You wouldn't, like, they're not that good, but you know.
Grey Knights got the change that everything needs to have, where it has to target visible to get the rerolls. That's fine. Imperial Agents isn't even a real army, so who cares?
Oh, hey, something for Nurglings actually changed because I use that unit a whole lot.
Like
and sorry,
data
this
sheet?
is going back. Yeah, going back to the visibility thing actually. So on the data sheet, their Mischief Makers thing only affects things in melee with them now, but it
Oh.
affects vehicles and monsters now. So
Not
that one time,
Titanic.
I realized like days after the episode, there's one episode where I'm using Nurglings and I'm applying it to vehicles and shit like 6 inches away. I'm not proud of that. I can't remember what
believe
episode
you've
it
done
was.
this.
I'm
You
positive
advanced
I've
and
done
charged
it.
again.
I know my Nurglings scampered and wampered when they shouldn't have wampered nor scampered. However, now they wamper scamper a little bit.
As a treat.
As a treat.
Necrons. I don't think Necrons really needed any changes. Star Shatter didn't turn out to be the monster everybody thought it was going to be, especially after that initial wave of nerfs.
Yeah, they pulled it back a little bit, huh?
So that's kind of fine, is what it is. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Give me them hot takes.
Let's talk about this guy
Oh my
right
God.
here.
Show and tell time.
So, Orcs, Infantry, and Walkers get Sustained 2. Not Sustained 1, Sustained 2. That is basically doubling and tripling some units' firepower. Fucking nuts.
So that's basically taking them from BS like 5 to 3, kinda. Is that how that's working?
Basically. And then you can put there's an enhancement for +1 to hit. So Orcs
Nice.
effectively hitting on 2s. Okay.
Dog, that. That's
So not only that, infantry and
Yeah.
walkers during the WA also get assault. So extra fuck you.
that's so good, man. That's
Some of these enhancements, very good. The Gobshot Thunderbuss is very cute. I don't think you'll really use it that often. But giving a like shock attack gun devastating wounds, so you're dealing like d6 devastating wounds sometimes, is cool. I don't think you're gonna use it that often. Giving dudes rapid fire 1 is gonna be really good, especially on Ludas, because they have a pretty long. I want to say their def guns are 48-inch range, so you're gonna be getting rapid fire at 24 inches with sustain 2. Ouch. Target and squigs, +1 to hit. That's just good on everything that shoots, so that's fine. Fall back and shoot. That's kind of meh. It is what it is.
So you're always taking those middle two, right?
Dead shiny shooters and target and squigs, you're always taking.
Okay.
Always taking.
Yeah, that's crazy good.
And then stratagems. So let's see, which one is this? 5 phase.
I just read the name of that one. Orks is still Orks.
Orks is still Orks, baby. My favorite is long uncontrolled bursts.
Special shell. Oh my god.
5 phase. 1 Orks unit that has not been selected to fight this phase until the end of the phase. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets an enemy, reroll a wound roll of 1. If that is within range of an objective marker, you reroll a wound roll instead. So we're very shooty Orks, but also they'll still fuck you up in melee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so you'll notice with most of these, Orks Walker, Orks. You know what model fits into all of those? A Stompa?
Oh.
All of these can be used on a Stompa except this one.
So is the day of wait, can you even do triple Stompa? I think you can only do double Stompa, right?
Yeah, because they're 800 points.
Oh yeah. No, we gotta play an onslaught game for triple Stompa.
But I mean, even like you take Gorkanauts and Morkanauts. Morkanauts are eating good in this detachment. If I'm being perfectly honest, this detachment is just a better, competitively better Dread Mob. It is a better tactical brigade, which got nerfed, by the way. We'll talk about that.
I was gonna say tactical brigade.
Tactical brigade is probably not going to be seen on competitive tables anymore. They're going to be taking this because this shit's busted. This might be the best attachment in the game.
Oh no shit! Oh my god.
This shit's insane.
Remember, Matt. This is Jordan, and he's excited about Orks. So
okay, listen. Hold on.
I'm just saying you're not an unbiased source. I'm not saying
I am fully
wrong.
unbiased. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
So you see these shooting profiles right here, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Custom Mega Zappa, D6 plus 3.
You know what'd be crazy?
2 D6 damage.
You
Blast.
know what'd be crazy if you gave him sustain 2.
It would be insane if you gave that sustain 2. You know, it would also be insane if you could spend 1 CP to increase the AP by 1, and maybe spend another CP to ignore cover.
So it's effectively AP3. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, but who's got 2 AP to spend?
2 CP? If you've got Grots, an Orc player.
CP. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Dude, the Grots are like
Right.
the tactical command hub of every Orc
Yeah.
list I've ever played against. The Grots are like, yes, here.
So yeah, ignore cover, increase AP by 1. Spend 1 CP for the WOG on command whenever you want it. That's nuts. That's fucking insane.
Can I also say these have some of the best stratagem names?
Yeah, Orcs always have the best stratagem names.
Long uncontrolled bursts is fucking hilarious.
It's so good.
Yeah. The reactive shoot is actually kind of crazy. They pulled that from Iron Storm. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think even Votann has a reactive shoot.
God, I love that in Iron Storm. That made me an Iron Storm convert.
That's
so like
man.
fucking.
Yeah.
You're not going to be using this on like your walkers because you have to lose a model for it. You could use it on killicans in theory.
Oh,
Yep.
So that's like not terrible.
okay. It's almost a reason to like make sure to take kill cams if you're going with the walker list.
Yes.
The shock
Yeah.
attack gun, that's with the flash gets, is that right?
You can go with flash kits or boys or a lot of stuff.
Okay. I
let's
feel
Shock
like
attack mech.
Big Mech with
yeah,
shock attack
I
gun.
feel like maximum shock attack guns
So,
using Caudat DACA is pretty
this guy,
good. Yeah.
This guy. So again, imagine this guy having rapid fire at 30 inches.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
turning
right,
this
but
into
Matt's
D6
talking
plus
about-
2.
But
Yeah,
Matt's talking about
flash gets are able to-
multi-unit, multi-model units so that you can do the
Yeah.
shoot back after you lose a
Mhm.
model.
Oh, yeah. So you're sticking this guy in some Ludas, probably.
Sure.
You're sticking him in some tank bustas because this is another data sheet that's going to be fucking insane
Ooh,
with
yeah.
every model in the unit shooting with this profile with sustain 2 in theory +1 to
Is
hit
it-
with rerolls. Huh?
Is it still as good? 15 points more expensive.
What do you mean?
Tank buses went up 15 points.
Yeah, you're still taking max tank buses. Like
Okay,
no.
cool, rad.
you're
Great.
taking you're taking
Oh my
max tank
God.
buses, you're taking max ludas, you're taking max flash kits, and then a bunch of fucking killicans, I guess. Like
Dude, I need to fit Bellicor in my Demons list now because I need 18-inch loan up against this shit. I
Dude,
know I'm
like-
gonna be put up against you in the fucking RTT.
this detachment is going to be a problem.
Yeah. I believe
You know, Matt, I have the perfect demons. I have the perfect demons detachment for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, to fit Bellicor into.
Dude, listen, the T13 Guo, I have to run it. But yeah, this is gonna be able to chew through that if my Guo doesn't have
Let's see.
18-inch loan.
Let's see. Let's look at my beloved.
If you could fight against enough ads, Jesus, wow, what's happening?
Yeah. Ads. I'm playing whack-a-mole. So here we go. We can just look at one gun. We don't even have to look at all of them. You want to look at the def cannon? So imagine you take the def cannon, 3d6 shots, hitting on 5, strength 14, AP 3, d6 damage. Now, you will always have sustain 2 on that. Already insane. You can, for the
And
low
blast.
cost of 1 command point, have it ignore cover. AP 3 ignore cover, not bad. And then for another CP, you could give it +1 AP, AP 4. Pretty good. Or instead, you could spend one of those CP to have it hit on 4s. Even better. Stampas, still bad. I think they're still overcosted, and they still can't move around boards. But the fact that you can just have that profile threatening you all game is
I'm like, do you need to move it at that
Stupid.
point?
Exactly, yeah. Hence,
Um,
Bellicor, 18-inch loan op. Come and get me.
So yeah, this is a problematic detachment. I'll post. So this is the detachment that I'm taking to the RTT. I'll post my list in the Discord. So join the Discord. But I'm taking a Stompa. I'm taking the Morkanaut. I'm taking 6 killicans, a Def Dread, and then various mechs and trucks and ludas and flash kits and whew. We'll see how this goes. But with tank bustas, which I don't have currently because they're only in that kill team box, is going to be insane. So be prepared to get your ass kicked by your local Orks player.
Legitimately,
All
Alpha
orc,
Omega.
all
I think,
orc players
I think,
are taking this. Yeah.
I think this
Yes.
is the default detachment for Orcs, unless someone's trying to be
Yes.
wacky. So,
This
Well,
is
even-
same thing with
even
Custodes,
like-
actually,
Even based on name, right? Like more DACA, like that's literal, like that's the orc, like mantra. Like that is
that's the meme. Yeah,
that's the meme.
Yeah.
yeah, and the website DACA. Right?
It's like if they gave us a detachment called Shovels, and
Oh,
you know,
they just need to rename the artillery detachment to shovels.
Shovels.
Yeah. What's that movie Dig or Holes?
Holes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Holes.
Starring
Shia LaBeouf
actual
is
cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
You know who's in Holes?
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Votan looking for elements.
Kissin' Kate Barlow is played by Harmony
Oh, I
Cobell.
don't. Oh, is
Who
she?
the
I
hell's
haven't
Kate
seen that
Barlow?
movie in so long.
Mhm.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't even notice.
That's how long ago that movie came out.
Oh.
When did that was like 2002, right?
Forever ago. Yeah, forever ago.
2003. I was close.
Yeah, 21
wow.
years.
Wow. Now I'm old. I feel old.
Mm.
My bones are creaking.
4K
yeah.
is an old man game.
So all of that to say, this is, I truly believe, the best detachment in the entire game, and I think you're going to be seeing like a 75% win rate out of this detachment.
I honestly believe it, man. I think I might want to try and like break our typical mold a little bit with Slam Sector and do like some sort of RTT after action or something, because
We can. Yeah.
we're gonna learn some very interesting stuff.
There's no
with
rule that
this RTT.
says we can't play competitive games, but
It's in our constitution.
yeah, true.
That
We've
When
just
have
been doing it
when
less
have we paid
lately.
attention to those?
Yeah.
Um,
So I already know the fix for this attachment, right? How you make it better? How you make
Sustained
it,
one.
sorry, more fair.
Yeah.
You just
Oh,
switch
okay.
assault and sustained. So your whole army always have assault.
Oh,
has assault.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
during the WOG, you get sustained hits too. Just flip
That's
that.
actually really smart. Yeah.
Flip that, and the detachment is suddenly a lot more balanced.
Are
Because
you
you
gonna
can still get the
preemptively
sustain
do this
too, like
for your opponent?
selectively with the stratagem if you need
Oh,
to.
yeah.
But
True.
yeah, I just think that makes it more fair.
yeah, I agree. That'd be a
That's
good. That'd be a good way to fix it. When they have to like emergency fix it in a couple weeks, that'd be a good way to.
Yeah.
Have we had we haven't had an emergency fix since launch, right?
No, AdMech had that advancing and charging Lancer Knight. That was kind of a problem. And then what else did they emergency fix?
We haven't.
Because
I
there
don't
was
think we've really had
there
a
was stuff at the-
true like emergency fix since like Votan at the end of last edition.
Yeah, Votan
There-
was
there
like
was some-
oh shit, we made a mistake. they made a video
There was some
apologizing
stuff-
to their fucking character.
Yeah, there was some stuff at the start of the edition, like Death Watch got emergency fix at the start of the edition because they had the like 68 dev wound combo.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the
With assault cannons.
And then dev wounds,
Yeah.
because of Eldar and the Wraith Knights, dev wounds like as a rule had to get pulled.
That's
out. I
true.
think
Okay, I'll give you
yeah.
that one. That one's
But was that an
one was like
emergency
a
fix, or
real-
was that?
that was that was them being like, we made Eldar so good, we have to change how the game works in order to fix this, and they just like turned
Yeah.
off dev wounds for a while and then had to bring them back. Essentially,
Yeah.
it was very weird.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Orks good. Orks potentially the best army in the game now, based on that one detachment. So have fun.
So,
Buses, bomb
so real quick,
squigs.
Tactical Brigade is getting a little nerfed. Nothing. I don't know what's crazy about Tactical Brigade here.
It's not in here. Did they not do it on here? Did they change it in?
I don't
It
know.
was all points. It's and the tank.
No,
Buster
they
bomb
changed the
squig.
rule.
So
Oh, really?
So you can only issue one order now. Everyone has the chance of taking one mortal wound if the leadership has failed. Previously, it was D3 mortal wounds chance if issuing 2 orders only.
Yeah. So everyone got one order, and then if you wanted to give them a second order, you could take the chance on mortal wounds.
I see.
Okay. Now,
So now there's
you
always
can
a chance
only
to take the mortal wound.
You can only do one order, and you have the chance for mortal wounds.
Just one mortal wound? It went from D3
It is
to
one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's still losing a boy.
Yeah. No boy left
And you
behind.
can no longer stack certain buffs.
Yeah.
Can't stack reroll charges, +1 strength, or stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is another. They're changing to and visible. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Is what
I
it
agree with
is.
that. Yeah.
This one pour one out for.
Oh yeah,
Bloodless
so
Angels.
Space Marines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gilliman dodging
So,
bullets,
yeah.
man.
How the fuck is Gilliman
How?
unchanged?
Blows my mind. Dude's Neo.
I don't know.
So this changed. I think this just used to be Adeptus Astartes units, right?
The Phobos Lieutenant. Oh my god, I'm so sad about Reavers. I never even got to do that trick. They turned it off.
Normal move up to 6 inches. Oh, so you can't do like your super advance and charge?
Yeah, so basically what you would do, you'd bring them down, they would shoot, you got D6 move, you would move to the closest, and you didn't have the turn off charge clause.
Yeah.
So then you would charge with 2D6. So basically you would come out of Deep Strike with 3D6 on your charge. What they did to fix it is they made you get the auto 6, but now you can't charge from it. So now Reavers are going back in the box. So.
They heard you talking about how good they were.
Dude, I had 15 Reavers and 3 models that I had kit bashed up to be Phobos Lieutenants ready to go. I have them Zenitholed in my red, and I just kind of shifted gears, and they will now live like that for probably a while.
F.
So big middle finger to Ryan as far as points changes.
Oh, the
Vindicator.
Yeah.
Vindicator's up
anything
10.
that's like a 2-up save vehicle.
All right, here's the thing.
Yeah, so
now you need to bring them if you like them. If you actually like 3 Vindicators, you got to pay for it and bring it. If you're just, shopping around for some value town,
it's like 3 Vindicators is still
it's good.
10
It's really
like
good.
it's still only a 30-point difference for 3 Vindicators. That's not crazy. But
Right.
Vindicators, Whirlwinds, and Predators all went up in points. Sorry, Ryan.
Ryan's list is now 2,200 points.
But Ballistus, it's more than that, I think. Ballistus Dreadnought is 140 up 10. Company Heroes up
Company
10.
Heroes going
Calgar
up.
up 10.
What is that about?
I don't understand that. Yeah.
All right, there was some tech with Company of Heroes.
Great game.
Yeah, the game's also very fun. But Company of Heroes, at least in Blood Angels, had some pretty interesting tech with locking down, being very tanky and kind of surviving, because they each got 5 swings. And if you did Liberator Assault Group charge, then they went to 6 swings, and you had the Blade Man in there. And their OC would be oddly high because of the banner being in there. So they had a really intense OC footprint for being only 4 models attached to a captain. Their punch was weirdly strong, and they were just very difficult to heal or to kill. And they were running around with a captain pumping up free stratagems like everywhere. So
this is all Blood Angel's fault again.
I don't know if it was Blood Angel's fault,
and
but basically it was going to become good, man. They're basically like you had to commit too much to take them out, and what you were removing was a utility piece where you should have been probably wanting to put that towards a big heavy hitter. And I hate to see them at that points because they're probably not going to be taken, but I can see why they did it. So.
Yeah.
And then as far as drops, Blade Guard Vet down 10 points per 3, which is huge. That's 20 points for 6. Down 20 points for 6. And Centurion Devastators down 20 points per 3.
There's a very
because
good
they now
reason
lose.
For this.
Yeah, because they don't have access. They don't have access to the
this.
Ventress bullshit.
Yeah, Ventress can't smuggle them
So we
anymore.
now only Phobos, Gravis, and Tacticus, which
I saw someone
unfortunately are not.
I saw someone on Discord. They said this is a huge buff for people that actually like Devastators and not people trying to cheese them. Right? Like, it's great.
Yeah.
Like,
I love Devastators.
I don't own any, but I
Rather.
wish I did. Yeah, I don't own any Centurions, but it's mostly because I'm afraid to buy something that I think is going to get squatted.
I don't think they will exist next edition. I think they'll be gone.
I don't think they're existing in 12th. I think they're going to stick around for 11th. I think that's too early of a kit to go away that quickly. But
too recent of a kit, you mean?
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, too recent of a kit to go away that early. However, 12th edition.
When did Centurions come out? Were they 8th edition?
They were the last. They were the last Firstborn kit before Primera started.
Probably
dropping.
7th.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
And then 2 other minor changes: Gladius Fire Discipline down to 25 again from 40.
Oh yeah, that thing's been nerfed
Interesting.
to dirt, so they finally brought
Yeah,
the
That's a big
fancy
drop.
back to-
Well, but they nerfed it last time around, I think, or they nerfed it a while ago.
Yeah.
So
It's taken a few hits.
like, yeah,
This
it needs the
points
points
value has
drop.
been in flux since it came out.
No, but what I mean, because the ability is now nerfed, so like you need the points drop to match the ability. I think.
and Fusillade is finally appropriately costed. That
Yeah, then
shit,
Fusillade went up
Yeah.
20.
that shit was crazy, boy.
Yeah.
It's
That
fine.
was good.
Yeah.
Um.
So overall, I think these all make sense for Space Marines. It's nothing brutal. It's nothing punishing. I'm stoked about Blade Guard and Devs.
Yeah.
Little bummed about my.
I mean, I
Ballistas.
like truly think that the biggest sufferers out of everything, all these changes to Space Marines, are non-Codex Space Marines.
Sure.
Like, they're
Well,
all
and also
just
CS.
bad.
I think the Predator change
War
is
Angels.
true. Now, Predators changed on all the CSM too as well, I think. But did they go down on CSM?
No,
the
they got more
Death Guard
expensive.
ones went up. Yeah.
Yeah.
People were bringing.
Oh, they all
like,
went
there
up.
was a
Okay.
shooty- There was a shooty. It probably still exists, even with these points cost. But a World Eater's like Predator based build, where like Angron was just buffing the shit out of Predators, and you're just riding their value essentially. I played
Great.
against it
Love it.
in a TTS game, and
Yeah.
it was very weird.
Space Wolves, no
Space
changes.
Wolves, no changes. Unlucky. They needed changes, but
Ta-
here we are.
Tau.
Tau. All right. I'm not a Tau player,
We're
but
not. Yeah, we're not Tau players. So
if Zach's
forgive
in
us.
chat. If Zach's listening. He'll hear us
Yeah.
talk about
He's not.
Tau and he'll chime in.
You
But
know,
this seems good. I don't think this is going to be the way to play Tau now, like from a competitive perspective. But I think it's like simple, so it'll be easier for new Tau players. But you know, add 6 inches to the range of their guns. Cool, that tracks. That's very Tau. Supernova launcher, air bursting fragmentation projector equipped by the bearer. I don't know what has those. I think that's just crisis suits. Maybe.
I want to say that's.
I
the case,
have-
Yeah.
I have one right here.
Oh, for your Death Watch?
You about to smoke that? What are you
Yeah.
doing with that little baggie?
No,
I'm gonna grind that shit up and snort it.
it's my eBay parts orders, Matt.
Oh my god, you're as addicted as I am. I just look for anyway. Right before the episode started, I was like, "Do I need?" Hold on, the tab's still open. A Raven, Storm Raven gunship,
No,
Yes.
you don't.
but I don't
Yes.
have one. Anyway, we're talking about Tau.
I almost bought one the other day.
dude,
I saw one for cheap and I almost bought it.
it's kind of tempting, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Anyway,
yeah. Tau.
this is crisis suit focused, right? And it basically wants you to
Well, it's just like all your
make
guns
big
focused.
plays. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that each. I like that each
I think these are
enhancement.
all focused on crisis.
Yeah,
suits for
each
the
one's
most
a different gun.
Mhm.
But yeah, all the enhancements.
I don't know
think
who has
are-
a fusion blaster.
I think it's all crisis suit stuff. I don't play Tau, so I'm not totally sure.
Yeah.
I want to play
But I think
Tau,
it
but
is.
I don't know.
Battle suit buffs. Heal 'em. Cool. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Battle suits.
It's all shoot. They're all shooting
it's
and
a
defense
bodyguard,
related.
It's a bodyguard wound reduction thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Cool. Tau Empire. What are we doing? Rerolling number of attacks. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's for a whole unit. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
You want big blocks of crisis suits from what I'm seeing here.
Increase the strength of ranged weapons, or increase the strength and AP and give them hazardous. That's cool. I like that. I like that they're giving you the choice to give something hazardous. That's very orky.
Oh yeah.
Well, and it's also very experimental weapons, right? Like it totally
Yeah,
fits
very,
the
very,
vibe.
very
Yeah.
prototype, bleeding edge tech stuff.
Yeah.
Alpha Omega is looking forward to it. He's calling it a better retaliation cadre,
Which is
which
battle
is battle
suits. Yeah.
suits. So yeah.
Yeah, this is actually like very crisis suit focused. I'm sure like some of the other ones like broadsides and stuff get some good use out of this stuff too.
Yeah, there's probably
Yeah.
going to be one unit that jumps, into the pool of battlesuit intended buffs and comes away with some really nice stuff. But
Do we get? Are we bringing back Triptide? Is that what's happening?
did it ever go away?
Yeah.
Oh,
Triptide went away for a while.
shit.
The Tau opponent I
I'd say
fought
rip,
in Tau guy I fought at the RGT didn't even have a Riptide.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I don't think the guy I played did either.
Yeah.
Rip.
Lethal or both
the one-
Hazardous. Yeah. Cool.
The one thing I saw about commented on this one is that it is missing any sort of like movement or mobility things that Tau normally get.
What?
Which I don't know if you need it, right?
Do
Like
you
it's a
need that
weapons
for
focus.
crisis suits?
I don't.
But also,
think
if you're
so.
increasing range, you don't need that as much.
Yeah,
Right.
it's kind of you get a little bit more standoff distance just in
Yeah.
the nature of lining up your shots. So it's kind of there. You have some other defensive stratagems, so you're helping out your wound rolls or your wound rolls against you,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So although it does make you play cagier, which is kind of the Tau issue to begin with. Right?
Yeah. So I think if I had to put like one kind of big knock against this attachment, this is going to be fucking boring to play against.
maybe.
Well, and will it play Warhammer? Right? Like that's
It's one of those ones
Yeah.
where it's like it doesn't have really any tools to help it score, but it does kill the other team. So
Yeah, which is kind of their identity to begin with.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, you're playing terrain and laser line hammer rather than Warhammer. But
yeah,
right.
it's just like it's not interactive really, so it's gonna be not fun to play against.
it's a burn deck. I just realized it's a
It is,
burn
yeah.
deck.
That's a good way to
Yeah.
put it. Yeah, it's just a burn deck. But I think it's a good detachment. I think it's like a good generic Tau detachment. All right, so that's Tau.
Thousand Suns, I think, just get nerfs or points nerfs and points buffs.
Yeah,
Nothing like to
they're-
write
they're
home
just-
about.
Yeah,
They're in the waiting room.
they're another one. They're in Codex waiting room.
Yeah.
Nix.
Interestingly, for Thousand Suns, Scarab Cult went down
they were too expensive, so yeah.
10. Yeah, they went down 10, and the Terminator Sorcerer went down 10.
Okay.
And then all the big squad units of non-marine stuff, so Cultists, Sangors, and Enlightened, all went down 10 each for the
Oh,
big
don't you bring
squads.
chicken then. Okay.
Zangors
yeah.
went down 10 for 20. Let's go.
Yeah, boy.
One day we'll stop putting Zangors in every Thousand Suns box.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love Poor Hammer complaining about it still. even to this
MVB
day,
only
like-
going up 5 points is a little shocking. I assumed it would go up more.
Oh, was he doing numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Every Thousand Suns list is taking at least one, maybe more.
Damn. Huh. Did the Vindicator go up? What's the
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
everyone's.
I think all the Vindicators and all the Predators went up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maddie, your bugs.
Oh yeah.
So
The
are there points
Exocrine
changes,
was
or I mean, are there
cruising-
rules
yeah,
changes? No.
No rules changes
No
as far
rules
as I can
changes?
tell. The Neurolictor got points punished into the dirt from it first coming out, so they kind of brought that one back to normal. It was way too expensive at 90. It's
Down.
still a little expensive at 80, I think now, right?
Yeah, 80.
The Exocrine needed to go up. I'm shocked it's still only 140. The Tyrannofex,
But it only went up 5 points, which is crazy.
you're still taking 3 of them. You're still taking
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 Tyrannofex. 3's probably too many Tyrannofex now. I think the proper amount is Exocrine 2, Tyrannofex 2. The Trigon is still subterranean. He's not going to be emerging for a while. Hive Tyrant going down is kind of bonkers. Hive Tyrant is a really, really, really good model, and I could easily see it costing 10 more rather than 10 less. This is basically them being like, okay, we know you're bringing 3 Exocrine 2 Tyrannofex, and we don't want it to hurt so bad, so we're going to go ahead and give you a little bit.
Well, they
of
did this
point
for GSC. They didn't do this for Tyranids. They did this so GSC could take them.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. There we go.
Right.
I would love to see a
I mean,
Hive
you
Tyrant
say that.
being
I
like,
think that
"Why
I
is
do
the
think
food
that
talking?"
list is getting. I think that list is getting played, isn't it?
Final day, yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Hive Tyrants are coming and
I don't know if people are
GSC
taking Hive Tyrants, but like the final day GSC detachment is getting played like pretty regularly.
Damn. Okay. That's
It's like
cool.
putting up pretty good numbers.
Okay.
So I'm working on getting some Tyranids together so I can play it. I would have to see like what other people are taking, what's actually like works with the detachment.
Worth using.
Like
Yeah.
what the bones of it look like. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Because I think people are taking gargoyles, and then I don't really know what else.
Gargs are good. I could see Tyrannofex is coming. Although you can do.
Well, I don't think you can take Tyrannofexes. It's only
Oh, really?
Vanguard stuff, and then I think also Hive Tyrants.
Huh. Okay.
So like the Von
Lictors,
Ryan's
maybe?
Leapers, I have some of those, so I'll take some of those. Lictors,
Lictor?
hardly know her.
Hardly knew her. Yeah. My man.
Parasite of
We're
Mortrex
serious.
is kind of cute that you can take. Yeah,
It is Lonon,
there's some
too, I
interesting
think.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some
Flying
interesting
Lonon's
stuff you can
pretty
do
good.
with it.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen anybody play it, so I'll have to like watch battle reports for that and stuff. But it
Mhm.
seems cool. Was there anything else that we missed? I think we got everything.
Last is World Eaters, but we already hit it.
Yeah, it was just points changes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
they're in
just
the
points
waiting room.
changes.
Yeah, all of the Chaos Space Marine stuff that's not CSM or Emperor's Children is just kind of in the waiting room right now. So I'm not.
Well, but
shocked
like
they
even
didn't
Emperor's
really get any
Children's kind
changes.
of like I always think of stuff being in the waiting room like after their codex release too, because you kind of got to let it shake
They
out
got their
and
points in this one, right?
normalize. Yeah, they got points in this.
I like
Rhinos-
that.
I know people are
Rhinos
kind of
getting
upset about it.
Nerfed is funny as fuck.
Uppy Downy Rhino turns out is kind of wacky, and you should pay a little bit for it.
Yeah.
Dude, the Chaos Spawn going up does not surprise me. Chaos Spawn, Emperor's Children Chaos Spawn were like auto includes. They probably still are.
I haven't seen what's their data sheet. Is it not just a normal like
It's-
Chaos Spawn data sheet?
It's like super fast and super efficient, man. It's pretty.
Well, I mean,
good.
like with the rules on top of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
yeah,
what.
like it's kind of crazy when it can fall back and charge and do all shit that it needs to do. Yeah,
I would love to
It's
start an
super-
Emperor's Children army,
super
but fuck, it's expensive.
yeah. Thankfully, Ryan
Yep.
jumped on that grenade for my wallet. So,
I might eventually. We'll see.
you know, I'm gonna plant this flag here. When the HRUD become a 40k army, one of y'all is gonna have to fight me to take it from me. I'll let y'all have it, but you gotta fight me for it.
I'll beat you
'Cause
up.
I don't know what the HRUD are.
I'll beat you
but
up.
You
I
know-
want 'em.
Nobody knows what the HRUD are.
I know,
Maddie, I
This is
said
the-
the same thing about squats.
Oh yeah,
Guess who doesn't have a squat army?
but that's because they changed
me.
like the dwarf ID pretty hard.
Okay, so spoilers. I've been trying to figure out what to do for. I'm gonna try and do the warhammer like $500 army thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I finally pull the trigger on my like Necromunda squats army.
Ooh.
That might be more expensive.
Are
though.
you doing
Well, you're
Necromunda?
gonna
Are you
get,
going to
like,
do
400
Necromunda?
points.
Oh, you mean Necromunda styled Votan army using
I'm
Necromunda
only
squats?
buying Necromunda kits for it. Yeah.
No. I understand. But I mean, there was an off-screen conversation that happened that I asked a question about that we'll talk about after the stream. I mean, I can say it. Do you want me to say it?
I don't know what it is, so sure.
Okay, great. I asked if you were to play Necromunda, what faction would you play in Necromunda?
Oh.
And you said not
Gene
squats.
Stealers.
Right.
We've already got so many of them. You got.
I know. I was just
Brainiac.
re-clarifying that so that I don't buy squats for Necromunda and then
Mm.
if two
Dibs
squat.
on the
Yeah,
not Blood Angel, by the way. That guy is. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks rad. What do you guys overall? What do you think of this this BDS?
I
I like
don't
it.
know if the game is going to change significantly from this. It didn't really shake up too much.
Okay.
I think.
Well, I mean, the 4 new detachments, I think, are a
correct.
big-
Excluding the detachments, I don't think it's going to shake up
Right.
too much. I think Space Marines are probably going to play a little bit differently now.
Mhm.
You're not going to see Vanguard really anymore, because like the Centurion devs was like the big trick with that, and now it's dead.
You know, it always sucks to me. It always sucks to me when like people end up running stuff like so counter to what the flavor is.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that was
like people like if
yeah.
like I wish Vanguard was good for running a Phobos army, right? But it's like Vanguard just becomes, oh, what can I cheese with non-Phobos, non-scouty
Like all
units? You know,
Phobos guns would need like AP2 or something to make Vanguard.
They
they would have to be Death Watch.
I saw someone say, "I'm really sad they nerfed the Centurion devs because I liked the flavor, the fluff of being able to run that." I'm like, that is not that's
fluff.
not fluffy.
That's not the fluff.
That's the
Having
opposite.
Uriel Ventress drop in scent devs is not.
There's nothing fluffy about that. That's just gamey.
Yeah, did he do that in the books? Like he has unconventional tactics.
Yeah, you don't remember the scene where
9 Centurion devs report to the fucking bridge immediately. Like, I don't think he was
I'm gonna throw you on the fucking ground.
Yeah, y'all hold your breaths real quick.
How do you guys feel about them just periodic? Now we're gonna start getting periodic like extra detachments.
I think that's
we're
cool
all
as
into
fuck.
that.
Yeah, fucking love
Yeah.
it.
I've been waiting for them to
Now-
do that all edition.
Unleash the gates.
Okay,
Yeah.
now controversial question. They're locked on the app to you having purchased that codex.
Oh.
Mhm.
What?
Mhm.
I feel like that's a
So-
mistake.
Yeah.
I think that's
So
not
you-
intentional.
I don't.
No, they said it in the article.
I don't
Because the
hate it,
article only
but-
showed the article only showed Orks, Tau, and who else got one? Not Demons, Orks, Tau, and
Custodes.
Custodes.
the article only talked about
Yes.
Orks, Tau, and Custodes,
Mhm.
and it said at the bottom, you must have you will have to have purchased the codex to gain access to these in the Warhammer app, but they're available for free as indexes.
Which, it's
That's-
kind of like.
And then the
You know,
Shadow Legion one
I'm
wasn't even in
almost
that article.
positive. I would bet money on the fact that it's just hard coded to lock all content for a faction unless you bought the codex.
It could be a programming thing, yeah. So I was playing with Shadow
Maybe
Legion
because
in
can
the
you
app.
access Librarius rules?
So Librarius
If you don't
is
have
locked
Space Marines?
in the codex. If you don't have Space Marines, you can't look at Librarius detachment. It's considered
Okay.
under the book. And if you play around with the Shadow Legion detachment in the app, you can add all the CSM stuff. You just can't look at their sheets, obviously, because you don't have the CSM book.
Damn, imagine not
But
having
you
a
can
CSM
still-
book.
Yeah, but the fact that you can still add the unit to the army list is amazing. You just can't look at the data sheet. but,
Yeah, I
like,
mean you could do that.
yeah,
Yeah, you can do that. Like,
with
so for
allies and
example,
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I like it for if we do a future thing where there's like some sort of subscription model, or like if I were designing the system and try to make a compromise with GW to make them happy, I would make you just pay for a digital price for the codex, right? Like pay X amount to access the codex, right? Instead of making me buy a book. I don't want the book. I mean, I do want the book, but like
Right.
as a player, I don't want the book.
Something that I did because they're straight up not coming out with the Chaos Demons Codex. I went on eBay and I ordered a pack fresh copy of their 40K 4th edition Codex, because that shit is like 98 pages and 58 of it
Got
is
it.
fluff. And like,
because you're
I
going to
haven't
cut out
read
all
it.
the pages and then
Yeah.
print off the index stuff and staple them in there.
yeah. And it's but dude, I'm excited. I'm gonna read that just like a Pokédex, basically. Like, it's gonna be so much fun. Like,
Sure.
half the shit in there is it's gonna be good times. So the game's evolving. I think the game is currently in like a weird like puberty phase where it's gonna eventually metamorphose into TM modern Warhammer, but currently they're stuck in between their old business model and their new one. And we got.
Oh, I mean, I think 8th edition. I mean, I think 8th edition is the start of modern Warhammer, right? Like,
Yeah.
8th edition is a clear shift, but I think we're hitting like a weird growing pain, weird midlife crisis almost. I mean, it's essentially the same thing, right? But like,
Yeah.
I think we've already moved away from old Warhammer.
I mean,
As of
Warhammer
8th
40K
edition.
is like middle age now, right?
You know?
It's like a 40-year-old game.
I mean,
Yeah, I think there's some legacy stuff hanging on, like specifically the business model of the Codex books working like fucking college textbooks. I think is goofy. I'm not. a huge
yeah,
fan
I mean
of
that's less about the game and more about the, like, I don't know. I think that the two go. I think you're right. The two have to sort of go hand in hand, but like you have to. I don't know. This is definitely a conversation for another time, like the business model thing. But
Yep.
I want to think that we're moving. I want to think that I'm starting to see signs that we're moving in the right direction.
The app is good enough to where they're going to have a way to spend money on that app by itself, like not just.
Oh,
a
for
means
sure.
for
The
you to
app's
play
great.
them. Yeah. So the fact
I
that
love
they're
the
putting
app.
that
The
much
app.
effort into it, yeah.
The app is another epic victory, big win, if you ask me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Stupid.
Based and I like the app build. Is that, I would give this data.
Nat will never understand that reference.
No.
Was it like I don't know, like
It's Marvel
censorship?
Rivals.
Oh,
It's Marvel Rivals.
Hey, Sean, I'll install Marvel Rivals and.
You're right.
But I will say that this is pretty cool. Quarterly detachments.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. Like I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to.
I didn't realize it was going to be quarterly until
the fact that they
people-
said
yeah.
we're getting more, man.
Yeah,
Well,
we're gonna get,
I hadn't
we're
seen
gonna
this
get a
article
set-
until you said something about it.
Well, and it's specifically for like already released codexes, so it is weird that it also came for like with the Demons one.
Yeah. Well, they did like Demons a separate article.
Yeah. Jordan, we have a festive episode on Monday.
We have a what?
Festive episode on
Oh,
Monday?
festive episode. Got it.
I
I
said
was helping.
fest.
I was.
I didn't
I was
know
giving- no, I
what you
was-
said.
Oh,
I was
shit.
doing that was like a really smooth transition to help us transition out of the episode.
Yeah, it's really smooth. Just like my list for the game on Monday is very smooth.
Oh, you know what I don't have?
Um,
You know what I don't have on my soundboard that I wish I did?
What's that?
no.
Don't,
There it
dude.
is.
I
just
I
heard
gotta
it.
eat dinner now. I don't want to go to Taco Bell. You're gonna make me go to Taco Bell with that. It's like a
but-
Pavlov response.
It's nice and smooth.
Oh God.
We're turning into dad rock radio stations live in front of people.
What is it? Crazy Ira and the douche.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Monday we're gonna be playing a St. Patrick's Day hero mode with Dark Angels. Banishing all the snakes out of Space Ireland. So that'll be fun.
Did I be offended?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
And I wrote a custom mission for it, so that'll be fun. And lastly, I would like to thank all of our channel members. We couldn't do what we do without you guys. Really appreciate all the support, and especially our Slambo tier members, One Speed Wonder and the Alucord.
Yeah.
Thank
Y'all
you
rule,
guys
man.
so much for all your support. And any parting words before we go?
Get paid, get laid, Gatorade.
Hell yeah.